Hello and welcome to the Money Compass.
In each episode, we will be preparing you for your journey through the world of finance and helping you tick off the destinations on your financial itinerary.
Pack your bags and prepare for takeoff as you navigate your way to financial success.
Well, we have a very special guest with us today, don't we?
We certainly do.
He's very fluffy.
He's super cute.
He's best dressed.
His name is Eddie Teddie.
I believe he's the face-to-face finance director of happiness.
He is indeed.
He's also the author of 2 children's books.
2?
Oh, I mean, 3 now.
He is indeed. So we have a very special reading for everybody today. Before we get to there, I think we have some other exciting news for people.
Do we?
Don't we, Becky?
Yes, we certainly do. Julie, I think you might want to share this with everybody.
Oh, okay. Oh, you mean that news?
That news.
That big news.
Oh, that news. Oh, okay. So, yes. So, well, I can't give away too much information, but as of next Thursday, it's on the 21st of October, it's my book launch. Woo! Which is actually quite exciting. So, but I can't give away any more than that. So you'll have to basically tune in to the podcast next Thursday, or come and visit us on Facebook. It will be up on in the group. I'll be everywhere basically, talking about it, so you can find out more about what my book is, and well, I think you can guess what it's about.
Is it about money by any chance?
How did you guess? It is
Well.
definitely about money. So it's definitely come and check us out next Thursday to basically get your hands on a copy.
I'm looking forward to it. I hope
Definitely.
mine's signed.
Oh, and don't forget, we have got the book launch as well on the evening. So if you're local to Norfolk and you fancy coming along to join us at Ketteringham Hall, well, the Orangery at Ketteringham Hall, for some bubbles.
Ooh.
Let's be honest, alcohol plays an important part of our lives, and some very, very posh canapes. Drop us a call in the office or drop us a message on the website. There's actually a page to sign up to the book launch, and we'd love to see you there.
Sounds good to me.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm on that list.
And if you've got any allergies, please let us know, because we're having to cater for Becky and her nut allergy.
Oh.
Sorry, everybody.
It's a nut-free zone.
Definitely. So, who's going to tell us a little bit about who Eddie is and what he does? He's a bit of a goody two-shoes, really, isn't he?
He is a little bit. So Eddie is our Director of Happiness at Face to Face Finance.
Mm-hmm.
And along with making us all very happy people while we're working, he likes to get up to lots of good things within the community and just good things generally. So, Julie, what's he been up to lately?
Well, he's just had a couple of weeks in Rhodes on holiday.
All right for some.
Yeah, how's that tan looking?
He's looking very tanned, I have to say. And he's been to visit his new charity, which his book is all about as well, which is he was very excited about. So there's photographs of that going to be online today as well.
Very good. So, he's not just an author of this new book, obviously. There's 2 previous ones. So, what are the 2 previous books?
Oh, okay. So Eddie's first book was from 2019, and he wrote Eddie Teddie's Big Summer of Saving, which is aimed at young people to help. It's a really nice story, really, about friendship and saving money for something that you want rather than just getting it, and how to go about that. And it's just like a nice positive story, which is really, really nice. And his second book?
His second book was Eddie Teddie Goes on Holiday. And guess what he does in that book, Emma?
He doesn't go on holiday.
He does.
Was it Sunny Roads?
It wasn't,
Oh.
actually. You'll have to read the book to find out where he goes to, but there is currency involved. So it's a
I
very...
see a theme.
Yeah, so it's a very good way to get children into currency and different types of currency and how converting money works and the logistics of it all.
Fantastic.
And they're probably now more relevant now that we're actually allowed to go on holiday again.
Yay!
So, the third book, I have it right in front of me, Eddie Teddie and the Bees. Go on, Julie. What inspired Eddie with this book?
Well, I think in his first book, he talked about saving money. In his second book, it was again about spending money. It was all about saving and spending. And it was basically really about, learning about money. I think in the third book, it was really important for Eddie to not just to save money and to spend money, but to do it towards a good cause. As you said earlier on, that Eddie's a bit of a goody two-shoes, which, yes, I admit he is. He's very heavily involved with his community causes. He's done some conservation work. He's done lots of different things involving saving the planet, especially. It's one of his big areas. And we were trying to think of, when we were talking to Eddie about what he wanted his book to be about, he wanted to do something for a good cause, but he wanted it to be like a really valuable lesson for young people too. And that was when he decided that the most important, really, kind of species on the planet is the bee. we've always said that if the bee vanishes, then that would be the end of mankind.
Mm-hmm.
And so saving bees is so important. And I think Eddie thinks that if bees go, bears will go too. So very important for him too. So that was where the book came about. And it's also about, it's business minded as well. He can't spell entrepreneurial, but it's the entrepreneurial angle. So this is mainly aimed for mums and dads. So obviously your children probably can't spell entrepreneurial. Even if they can, they're very cool kids, but Eddie can't quite spell it. So it's more showing Eddie's entrepreneurial side. And I think how he's going to grow up to be a fabulous business person.
Sounds incredible. Now, do I get to do my favourite bit? I've done it before. Do I get to do it again?
What's that, Emma?
Do I get to read his book to everybody?
Oh, yes, you can. So Eddie is he's here. I've just spoken about him. Look at his little face.
Indeed. Now,
he's so proud.
Last time I did this, I was sat by a fire and there was a video as well. But unfortunately, we don't have that. We have candlelight this time in our very dark recording studio.
And Eddie is here helping you to read his book for you. So go on, Emma. Hit us with Eddie Teddie and the Bees.
Eddie Teddie was busy in the kitchen making a birthday cake for his favourite teacher, Mrs. Makey. He had been measuring, mixing and baking. He was just putting the final touches to the decoration when a bee flew in through the window and gently landed on Eddie's nose. As Eddie tried to shoo the bee away, he accidentally squashed the side of Mrs. Makey's cake. He was very upset, but there was not enough time to fix it. Mrs. Makey will not mind, said Eddie's mum. It is the thought that counts. She was right. Mrs. Makey thought the cake was wonderful and listened to Eddie's story about the naughty bee with a smile. That poor bee must have thought you were a flower, she joked. But we must all look after our bees. Let's talk about why. Can anyone tell me why bees are so important? Mrs. Makey asked the class. Eddie's hand shot up. Yes, Eddie. Is it because they give us honey? Asked Eddie. Well, that is a great suggestion, and we do all love honey, replied Mrs. Makey. But it's more to do with the important job they do pollinating our crops. Did you know around 1/3 of the world's food depends on the work of bees? Without them, there would not be enough food. Simply put, we cannot live without them. Eddie was amazed that something so small could be so important. He was keen to know more. Eddie visited the school library and borrowed a book about bees. He told his mum all about it. Mum, did you know there are over 250 species of bee in the UK? And if we find one that seems to be struggling, we can give it a helping hand by offering it some sugar water. Mr. Tedworth keeps bees. Would you like me to see if we can go and visit? Asked Mum. Wow, yes please, replied Eddie. That sounds really exciting. Mr. Tedworth was happy to show Eddie his beehives. He gave Eddie a special bee suit to wear. Although bees will not usually sting you unless you upset them, he explained. These are honey bees. There are around 30,000 bees living in each hive, but just one queen per hive. They can produce 27 kilograms of honey over the summer. We cannot take it all. We must leave plenty for the bees. Mr. Tedworth was full of interesting facts. But bees in the UK are in trouble. Pesticides that are used by farmers on their crops are one of the main problems. Planting wildflowers is one thing we can all do to help. Eddie was fascinated by the bees. He wanted to do something to help protect them. With his mum's help, he had a look online and found a bee charity working to make the world better for bees. He started to think up a plan to help raise some money to donate to the charity. Do you think people will buy some wildflower seeds to plant in their garden to help the bees? Eddie asked his mum. I'm sure they will, Mum replied, but can you think of a way to make your seeds extra special? Eddie had an idea. He set to work designing some bee fact sheets to go with the seeds to tell people other ways they can help bees. This way people will have everything they need to really make a difference, Eddie told his mum. She was very impressed. Eddie, I would like to give you some money to help you get started. How much do you need? Eddie made a list of everything he needed to sell his seed packets, such as bee-friendly wildflower seeds, packets of seeds, something to measure the seeds, copies of fact sheets, and some way to sell the seeds. It usually costs less to buy one big bag of something than the same amount in smaller bags. So if you buy a big bag of seeds, you can split them into smaller packs and make some profit. That is what is left when you take out what you spent in the first place, Eddie's mum explained. Eddie discovered that seeds are often sold in 1-gram packets, so if he could buy a 100-gram packet of seeds, he could create 100 packs of Eddie's seeds for the bees. With his mum's help, he began to add costs to his list. Bee-friendly wildflower seeds, 100 grams for £20. Packets for seeds, 100 small brown envelopes for £5. Copies of fact sheets, £10. He found that 1 gram of seeds could be measured with a teaspoon, which he already had, so the total cost to get everything set up was £35. Eddie visited the local garden centre to buy his seeds, and also to see how much smaller packets of seeds cost. I think I can sell my seed packs for £3.50 per pack, so if I sell all 100 packs, I would make £350 for the bee charity, Eddie calculated. And I have the perfect place to sell them at the school fair. Mrs. Makey has said I can have a stall there. That's fantastic, Eddie. Well done, said his mum. It was lovely and sunny on the day of the school fair. Eddie had carefully measured all his seed packs and included the fact sheets. His friends Mosey and Tedwood had helped Eddie write some signs for the stall. As visitors started to arrive, Eddie felt a bit nervous, but his nerves soon passed as people came to his stall and started to buy his seeds. What a wonderful idea, said one mum. We'll plant these this afternoon. All of a sudden, there was a commotion on the far side of the field. What's going on? Asked Eddie. A huge swarm of bees had just landed on a tree. A passerby explained no one knows what to do. Eddie leaped into action. Everyone, stand back and stay calm. They are just trying to find a new home. If we leave them alone, they will not sting us. I will call my friend, Mr. Tedworth. He will know what to do. Mrs. Makey was very glad that Eddie had a plan. You have become a bee expert, Eddie. Mr. Tedworth arrived shortly after with a special box to collect the bees. He also had a bee smoker to help keep the bees calm. Very carefully, he moved the bees into the box. As everyone watched Mr. Tedworth at work, Eddie explained how important bees are. People were amazed at how gentle the bees were. Everyone was now even more keen to help. The rest of Eddie's seed packs quickly sold, and people were asking where they could get more. If you can create some more packs, Mrs. Makey said, I am sure we can arrange for you to have a stand one day in the playground after school. It is all for a good cause after all. Eddie was really pleased with how popular his seed packs were. If everyone grows their seeds, there will be a lot of happy bees, he smiled. When he got back home, Eddie calculated how much he had raised for the bee charity. So I sold all 100 packs of seeds for £3.50 each, so that's £350. But Mum gave me £35 to buy everything I needed, so I'll need to take that off my total to see how much profit I have made. £350 minus £35 equals £315. Eddie tried to pay his mum back her £35. No need, Eddie. I think you have done a great job and I am happy to donate my £35 to the bee charity, said Mum. Or I can invest that £35 to buy more seeds for my after-school stand. If I can manage to sell them all again, that will be another £350 for the charity. Great idea, Eddie. Later that summer, Eddie was sitting in his garden enjoying watching bees visit his wildflowers when Mr. Tedworth popped by. Hi, Eddie, he said. I thought you might like a jar of honey as a thank you for all your hard work in supporting the bees. He handed over a jar of delicious-looking golden honey. Wow, thank you, Mr. Tedworth. That's fantastic. And thank you, bees. The end.
Oh, that was very nice, Emma. Well read.
Thank you. So, tell us, when does this book go live? When does it launch? And where can people get it?
Well, hopefully, depending when you're listening to the podcast, this should already be live. The book should be live. Its launch date is Tuesday, the 12th of October, and it'll be available through the Money Compass website. So if you pop onto the Money Compass website, the links are all on the podcast section. So www.themoneycompass.co.uk, you'll be able to buy not only Eddie's newest book, which actually comes with a pack of seeds, and Eddie's bee tips, top tips. You can also get hold of his other 2 books as well. So that's where you can find it.
I have to say that book is so cute.
It is very cute. And I'm not going to lie, I'm taking these seeds home to plant them, so you're not getting these ones back.
And also Mrs. Makey is in memory of someone who was very special to Eddie and to all of us.
Indeed. And with that, we've completed today's episode. We hope you have enjoyed following along with us today and taking another step closer to a financially secure future.
If you've enjoyed today's podcast, you can head over to themoneycompass.co.uk where you can find out more information, hints and tips from today's episode.
If you'd like to get more involved, share your own experiences and learn from a friendly community on a similar journey to you, why not join us in our Facebook group, The Money Compass, where we will support you in navigating your way to financial success.
Thank you for listening and see you next time.